Hi everyone. So today I will show you how to build a API using XSLT Mediator. Let's start how to build that one. So let me quickly go through Integration Studio and right click this API and create one new REST API XML file. So as usual, like we are doing every day, right? So same way only. So I'm adding here XSLT REST API and context I'm adding here slash XSLT. And this version time let me modify to context and giving one initial version and finish this one. So it will take some time to build your XML file. So meanwhile let me go through our requirement analysis phase, like to understand what is the flow like we want to achieve here today. So like this is one sample example, like this is one sample request and this is one sample response. So what we need to do in a JSON payload means XML payload as a request body, right? We will send this one, like within the book we need to pass one title value and the price tag. So we will pass one like any default value or any like custom value you want to pass, that one you can pass that one. After sending request we will transform that request to as a different type of response, like book info. Inside book info I will paste the value from the like title field, means the WSO2 demo, and I'm adding here the book title, and the price value I will fetch it from this request field and I will pass as a book price currency and I will add it here as a 900. So we will transform this one. Okay, now like there is one more like field transformed by, so I'm just fetching this Naren. So this value I will fetch it from there. Okay, so means this value like will pass it as a like will store as a property mediator, and that property mediator, what I mean, like if you see this XSLT value, right, I'm calling $author. We'll add one argument, add one property inside that XSLT mediator, and that field value will iterate and will fetch that one. So like today flow, like I'll tell you. So this is like one XSLT mediator we will use here. After XSLT mediator we will drag and drop one log mediator and we will change the status to full, and after that we need to send the response to the client. So here like in XSLT mediator we will call XSLT file for the validation purpose, like we need to transform our response, right? So after that, like in XSLT mediator itself also I will add one property that is called author, and that author value I will store as an array. So while you are executing and hitting this request, right, so this request it will reach to our XSLT mediator, and XSLT mediator it will call this like XSLT file, and from here we will pass like the book title, we will pass the title like whatever value we are passing as a request, right? So this book means this one and this title field means this one. Okay, so that value I'm storing as a book title, and this book price I'm passing like book / price rate. So this book is this one and this price is this one. So we'll pass like the price value also here, and the transformed by I'm calling what $author. So this $author I'm creating one property in XSLT mediator, and from there I'm storing the value Naren. So I will call $author, then it will fetch the value from XSLT mediator property field, and that field value it will store as a transformed by. So like today video, like this one, like we will learn how we will transform our response XML response using XSLT mediator. So let's start how to do that one. Let me go through Integration Studio. So here there is an XSLT mediator is there, right? Let me drag and drop this one. So this XSLT mediator, if you right click and go through show property view, right, so here it will ask you like source path. If you want to use XPath, that is fine, or else you need to use schema. There is an option is there, XSLT schema key type, XSLT static key type. So if you drop down this one, either you can use static or dynamic. If you use static, then you need to select one particular XSLT file for adding here. So now there is no XSLT file has been created here. Let's start how to create one XSLT file and how we can map that XSLT file in this field. So let me close this one. Let me scroll down. Earlier, like remember, like we created for same JSON like validation. So this one like we will use for one XSLT validate. So let me right click this registry demo, go through new, and there is one folder we will create here, source folder. one folder earlier we created for JSON validate. So this folder we will create for XSLT validate. So let me quickly add it here, XSLT validate, okay, and let me finish this one. So after creating this folder, within this folder, like in upcoming videos we will add multiple type of XSLT file, right? So we'll use this folder for future reference, like instead of using JSON validate folder, we separated one more folder. That folder we will use for multiple XSLT schema file, we will drop in here. So go through registry demo again, right click this one. So we need to go through this registry resource, okay. So inside registry resource, first option by default only, leave as it is, click next. So here we need to give one resource name. So this resource name I am giving here XSLT transform, okay, and the template type it's address only. So here we need to modify this one to XSLT file, and the registry file, the default one is gov. We need to modify this one to configuration. Now it is asking you the registry path. What is the registry path? So as I mentioned, like we created one folder, right? So let me add it here, XSLT validate. Make sure like your path must be correct, or else it will unable to find your XSLT file. So my folder name is here XSLT validate, XSLT validate. Now where I want to store, so let me click browse here, expand this registry demo. So just now I created one XSLT validate folder, right? Select this one, click OK, and finish this one. So now you can see, right, if you click this XSLT transform, here you can see the resource name XSLT transform and where it is deployed, system config, this one, and this is the media type, okay. So now let me go through this XML file. So this XML file is my main XML file. So let me scroll down, expand this one, let me open this new XSLT file, okay. So the default view, like it will ask you like the style version, this one, and this is my like XSLT template. So this inside this template I need to add my query, okay. So I will add this query in my description, so kindly go through that one. So inside this match I will copy this one. Let me copy this book info. This book info, let me go through integration studio. So inside this template, right, inside this template I need to add that one. Let me Ctrl Shift F, so it will indent your code. So this is my like inside this one, like I just added my transform response. So now what we need to do, let me go through REST API file. So here we will map this XSLT transform. Let me save this file. This XSLT file will map in this XSLT mediator. So right click this one, go through show property view. If you click this static key, right, go through workspace, expand this carbon application registry resource, and expand this registry demo, and expand this XSLT transform, okay. So let's select this transform file and click OK. Now you could see, right, there is one file like added here. Earlier it was not there. So this is the path of your XSLT file, okay. Now save this one. So now what we need to do, as per our requirement, as I did, like we have one more field, right, transformed by. So there is one more field I added here, right, transformed by Naren. So this value we are fetching from where? We are fetching from author. So this is one property like we need to create inside that XSLT mediator. So we will fetch that one. Let me go through here. Let me add this one, right. So here we need to give property name. Let me add your author, and giving one name, let me add your my name, and finish this one. Now we will call this property value inside XSLT file, okay. Let me close this one and save this file. We need to go to XSLT. So here, as I mentioned, like we need to call one mediator, means one property, right. So for that purpose we are calling one params name, okay. Just remember, like params name, that params name we need to call that property inside XSLT file. Let me copy this one, go through integration studio. So after like inside this template, right, let me add this one. So while we are the XSLT will call by XSLT mediator, it will fetch the value by XSLT file and it will transform your response, and this author file we will call it here. So hope like you guys are understand how this mapping is happening in XSLT mediator and XSLT file. So let me quickly go through our code again. So here what we need to do, now we need to print the log, right. So for printing log and monitoring for our side, we are using Log Mediator. let me drag and drop one log mediator. So this log mediator right click and go through show property view. So here log level let's modify to full and save this one. After printing the log, we need to respond back the response to client, right? Add respond mediator, so it will respond your response to the client. So now this is our flow to test how is it working or not, is your code also working or not. One more thing also we left, we need to change this method type to post, right? So right click this resource, go through show property view. So here let me uncheck this one and select this post method and save this resource. So now our code is ready. Okay, let's scroll up, let's deploy create one new car file for deployment. So we will verify our code is working or not. Right click this one, go through composite application project. So here I'm giving XSLT Mediator API. Okay, now click next. So here it will ask you what is your configuration you want to use here. So let me uncheck the previous one. So as I mentioned, I just created one API now, right? So this is XSLT REST API. So and uncheck every don't select any other API. So let me scroll down, uncheck this one also. So now this is my main XML file, means REST API XML file, and we need to select for this XSLT, right? So just now I created one XSLT transform. Let me select this one. So now let me verify a main XML file. I clicked one API, and here also I selected one XSLT response, means XSLT file. Now finish this one. So it is showing what carbon archive file successfully created in the given destination. Let's go through UI for deployment. So now we will deploy and verify our source code is working or not. Let me scroll down. There is one carbon application is here, right? Click add option. Let's upload the new car file for deployment and verify our code is working or not. So just now I created one file, right? XSLT Mediator API. So this one, let's open here and upload our file. So it is showing what your application has been uploaded successfully. Please refresh this page a while to see the status of the new application. So click OK. Let's wait for few seconds and refresh this one. So now it is showing what 24, earlier it was 23, right? So if I scroll down, so this is our new XSLT Mediator API file to verify our code is working or not. Let's go through APIs. So here let's go through next step. XSLT here also not there. Okay, so this is our API, and this is the API invocation URL. Let me copy this one and go through Postman. So let me add it here, okay, and modify this one to post. So as I mentioned, we need to use a XML request, right? So click your raw data and modify this text to XML. So let me go through our test data. Let me copy this value, okay, and go through Postman. So let me beautify this one. So if I send request, right, so now you can see I'm getting one response, book info. As I mentioned, we need to transform this mediator, right? So inside book info, I'm adding your book title, book price, and transformed by. So if you go through Postman, I'm getting book title here and book price also getting, but I'm not getting the transformed by. So what is the issue? Let's verify why I'm not getting that particular value. So let me go through code. So this is my XML file. Let's go through right click this one XSLT and go through show property view. So here let me double click this one. So I'm adding here author, I'm adding here also Naren. Okay, let me finish this one. So this is also correct only. Now let me go through XSLT transform. So here I'm adding correct only author here, and here also I'm calling author. So what is the issue here? So let me go through our JSON file. Let me copy this one. Let me go through our XSLT. So here how you will verify for quick purpose go through registry browse. So here go through XSLT validate, expand this one, go through transform. Here edit as a text, right? Let me replace with current one. Just verify is there any issue with our current code or not, and save this context. Okay, so now let me go through request and request again. So now I can able to see this transformed by Naren, right? So it's a issue with our XSLT file. So kindly while you are adding this XSLT author, right, just make sure you are adding correct only. So I hope those who are watching this video, they at least have some idea how they can able to achieve this functionality. And those who are watching my video newly, kindly go through my channel, and my channel is so beyond doubt. Kindly complete the previous part of these videos. I already regularly uploading WSO2 videos, so it will helpful for you to understand how this WSO2 is working and how you can implement your own API using WSO2. So it's a user friendly product. Thank you so much. Like those who are watching my video, kindly like, share and subscribe my channel, so it will motivate me to make more videos. Thank you so much.